Hi, John with eTrailer. If you're looking for an easy way to have both a 7-way round and a 4-way flat trailer connector on the back of your Buick, then check this out. This is the 7-way and 4-way connector from Buyers Products that we installed on our 2016 Buick Enclave. So the connector itself is going to be made out of plastic. It includes a bracket with it. What I like about it is that it's going to give you 7-way and 4-way capabilities back here all in one. And you just can't beat that. If you got a couple of different trailers you need to tote around, this is great. And as far as installation goes, it's really pretty easy if you already have existing 4-way wiring. Now keep in mind, that's what you need. We needed a 7-way connector back here for a trailer that didn't have brakes. So this was a pretty quick and easy install. If you want to see how we did it, stick around, we'll show you. Now to begin our installation, we're going to take our bracket and the harness itself. You'll notice it has 2 4-way connectors on it. The one closer up to the 7-way goes with that. We're going to hook up down here at the back side. So the first thing you want to do is, if you're going to be mounting this connector using the supplied bracket, you want to put that on first. And then we can come up, and on our hitch we already have a spot where this bracket's going to bolt up, so that's easy enough for us. We know where it's going to go. You can locate the 4-way wiring here. The rest of these wires, minus this one, are going to get tucked back up behind the hitch here. So we're going to make our connection by doing our 2 4-way flats here. And one thing I like to do is I'll take a zip tie and I'm going to run this down the middle of the 2 connectors and cinch it up, and that'll just keep it from vibrating when we're going down the road. Doesn't have to be crazy tight on there, just enough to keep it from vibrating loose. Now as far as the other connections on here, today we're not using electric brakes. We don't have a brake controller, so we're not going to be interested in any of these other wires. We can either cut them or tie them back for use maybe later. The only one that we really want is going to be this ground wire with the ring terminal. Now your kit's going to have self-tapping screws that are included, and we've got the metal bumper beam right here. We're probably just going to, I would say, screw right into this, and we'll make our ground connection. Just give it a wiggle, make sure it's on there tight. Now as far as mounting the bracket to the connector, your kit is going to include hardware to do that, but you're going to have to source bolts for the bracket if you're in a situation like us where you already have a plate on your hitch to bolt up to that. That's just 2 bolts though that you can source. So once you get the connector bolted up to the bracket, you can take the 4-pole. If you look on the side of it, it'll have a little ridge here. That's just going to get set right in the side. Just like that. And then before we zip tie everything up, I like to check the circuits here. So I've got a 7-way connector tester, and I've also got a 4-way flat connector, and we're going to make sure that this is going to be working properly. So I've got our circuit tester plugged in, and I hopped in the driver's seat here, and first thing I'm going to do is hit the brakes, and we can see on the 7-way and the 4-way that that's working properly. Then I can hit the left turn signal, right turn signal. Let me turn the headlights on, and then I like to check everything again with the headlights on as well. So we hit the brakes, we do the left turn and right turn. So with everything working properly here, we can secure the wiring with zip ties. Now when it came to cleaning the wires up over here, I did source out some longer zip ties, mainly because we want to keep it out of the spare tire area under here. You want to keep that back and away from it. So we've got it zip tied, tightened up, everything's back together, and that's going to complete today's look at the installation and some of the features of the 7-way and 4-way connector by Buyers Products on our 2016 Buick Enclave.